Because this is a history event, by the way. This is the very first builders training that we are doing. This is the very first. Okay, it's the first one I'm doing. Okay, this is a history event. So 120,000 people team is the biggest team I've ever built, and we've had some ups and downs, and we made millions of dollars, and we've had some big wins and some big losses. But here's the deal: when you couple the team building mindset, the team building skills, and the systems with such a powerful industry like this, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we're going to help a lot of people become very wealthy. And how are we going to do that? By blessing a bunch of customers, right? Because we don't get paid for recruiting. We get paid for selling policies, for protecting families. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and jump right into this information. So first and foremost, I want to share a video that's going to set the tone. It's a 2-minute video, maybe 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm going to share a video that's going to set the tone. Then I'm going to jump right into the team building training. So let's go here.
This is Pocket. I never go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. Stop sharing. Let me go to the PowerPoint. And see, the 212 degrees, the reason why I shared that video here today, ladies and gentlemen, is simply because um, what does it take to win? What does it take to win in this business? What does it take to win, period? Right? Is going that extra mile, doing that extra thing that most people are not willing to do, doing those extra things, right? Being on that training, having that camera on, taking notes, making a commitment, like mentally preparing yourself for the battle that we are going to see. I just started in this particular company. My mindset going into this business is this: I'm going to battle. for the next 25 years, right? Now, don't get me wrong. That's not how long it's going to take me to become wealthy. I believe that in 5 years, I'll be at $1 million per month with this business in 5 years. But I'm 43 years old, right? I know that when I'm 70, I'm still going to want to be working. That's just what I know about myself, right? But I know what it takes to win. And what it takes to win is doing what other people are not willing to do. And we're going to cover some of those things here today. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and share the screen. So today we're going to talk about a builder's training. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. Success in this business isn't for the chosen few. It's for the few that choose. Okay. So a builder's mindset is this. One day, this is what most people think. One day this, one day that. One of my favorite lines and trainings from John Addison. The prime American people will know who that is. He says, ladies and gentlemen, the world lives in the world of the someday and the one days. One day I'm not going to be broke. One day I'm going to take my kids and my family on that vacation I've been promising them all those years. One day I'm going to be debt free. One day, until they run out of days. And then one day comes and they're laying in their deathbed wondering what happened to all of those days. And he says, but see, for a handful of people, that one day or that someday becomes how they live there every day. It becomes how they live there. For a handful of people, most people's some days or most people's one day becomes how a handful of people live there every day. You and I are in the right business to where we could create that. See, the ceiling in this business is there's no ceiling. Now, there's going to be multi-deca millionaires in this business, in this industry, and in this company. Deca millionaires, multiple deca millionaires. And then there's going to be people that a year, 2 years go by and they're still not going to be successful. And why is that? Think about it. The company is the same. The comp plan is the same. It isn't a different comp plan for you as it is for me. It isn't a different, oh, you got these carriers, but not these. No. It's an equal opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to shift the mindset from one day to one day. Day one. Today is day one. I don't care what success you've had in the past, yes or no. Today is day one. You've got to make a decision. A lot of people make the mistake that change takes time. Change doesn't take time. Change takes a decision. Those of you that worked with me before, you know that I've said that before. So let's talk about 5 years to make life fair. If you ever felt life wasn't fair, I'm telling you right now, in the next 5 years, you could drastically change your life. It takes 5 years to make life fair, okay? So you want, as a builder, you want to be successful. I'm going to give you some advice. You could take it for what it's worth. You could take it if you want. You can leave it. Make a minimum of a 5-year commitment to this business. Minimum 5-year commitment that you have the blinders on for 5 years. You're not going to look left. You're not going to look right. You're not going to be the shiny object syndrome guy. Oh, this company has this new carrier. That company has this comp plan. This company has this bonus. Or a certain leader that I know from the past joined that company. Let me go see. Listen, that right there is how you have a lot of starts and stops. And one of the things that I've learned about successful people is that successful people have a lot less starts and stops. If you want to be successful, plant your flag. You know, the grass is going to grow where you water it. I recommend you make a minimum of a 5-year commitment following the system. For example, we've got a system here. We've got trainings, okay? We've got trainings on Tuesdays, product trainings. Wednesdays, opportunity night. Thursdays, team building training. I suggest you put those on your calendars, reoccurring events, and make sure that as you're building your team, they know that this is what you do, this is what you promote, and you will duplicate that a lot more in your organization. Let's keep going. The next one is lead by example. Okay, lead by example. Ladies and gentlemen, what I would recommend is that you become, right, day one. Remember, not one day, but day one, you become the example of what you want to duplicate and attract in your business. This is so important, guys. Okay, this is so, with these principles, I retired my mom when I was 30 years old. Excuse me, I retired my mom at 29. I made my first million by 30. At 29 years old, I retired my mom because of these principles. My wife and my kids and myself live a completely different life because of those decisions than had I not made those decisions. So lead by example. Let me give you a couple bullet points. Number one is be a product of the product. What does that mean? Who could tell me what be a product of the product means? Put it in the chat. What does be a product of the product mean? Okay, I'm gonna wait for the chat, but I'm gonna go to the next one. The next one, get your license in your first 30 days. Can you get your license in 30 days? You absolutely can. I'm gonna give you some advice. Let me ask you this. By the way, somebody put the answer here of what it means to be a product of the product. Okay, believe in what you do and own your own policy. Of course, here's a part of the system, ladies and gentlemen. When you present to a customer, you say, by the way, Mr. Customer, let me show you my policy or my policies. I guarantee you the posture is way different when you are telling somebody, here's my policy. Here's my policies. Look how long ago I got them. When I learned about this, I got them. You will make 30 to 50% more sales when you show your policy. Question. Look, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. You can take it for what it's worth. That's okay. And here's what the statistics show. That 7 out of 10 people today it's going to go in through one ear, out the other. Be in the 30% or increase that number. Make it 100% here. Make a decision today, right? So here's what that means. When you start to build a business, we're here team building training. When you start to build a business, your team will do what you do, not what you say. Your team will do what you did, not what you suggest. So be a product of the product. If you haven't yet got your policy, you got to talk to your leadership. Say, I want to be my first customer. I will be the first customer of you. And guess what? Your sponsor, your leadership are going to be the people that are going to get you set up with your policies. That's number one, be a product of the product. Number two, get your license in 30 days. What is the best way to prepare for a marathon? The best way to prepare for a marathon is to sign up for a doggone marathon. Okay? The best way to prepare for a marathon is to sign up for the doggone marathon. Now, you know, I already paid. They got my name on there. I'm either going to be ready by the time I get there or I'm not. I guarantee you that's going to motivate you a lot more to start training. I told my buddy when I was going to get my license, like, yeah, in the next week or two, I'm going to schedule my exam. He says, you should schedule it for next Friday. I said, really? He said, of course. You already have the exam effects. You're already finishing up with the hours. You will find the time to study. And I recommend that you cram study the day before. So I booked it for the following Friday. The Thursday before the Friday, the day before, I cleared my schedule. For 6 hours, I was studying. I was taking a break. I was having breakfast. I was having lunch while I'm studying. I took the exam the following day and I passed it the first try. And I realized that was a big lesson. Had he not told me that, I would probably procrastinate another week, 2 or 3 weeks. He says, schedule it and pick a day that you're going to study ahead of time. So get your license in the first 30 days. Once again, I want you guys to put it in the chat if you agree with me. How many of you guys think that it is smart? And you can just put yes or no. How many of you guys think that it is smart for, as your team is growing, for them to duplicate, let me get my policy, let me get my license in under 30 days. If you think that is smart, I want you to put it in the chat. And let's see some interaction, okay? This also makes me know that you guys are indeed paying attention to what we're saying. I'm telling you how to, if we were selling a healthy weight loss coffee, you know what I would tell you? Be a product of the product. Drink the doggone coffee. Lose some weight with that doggone healthy coffee that makes you lose weight so you can be a product of the product. If we were selling skincare, mud masks, right? This is a mud mask from the Dead Sea in Israel. Put that mud mask on you so people can see. You got to taste it. You got to feel it. You got to experience it. Guess what? This is much more valuable than a mud mask or a coffee. If we were selling weight loss shakes from Herbalife, you know what I tell you? You got to be a product of the product. And guess what? The people that follow those systems, whether it's this business or another one, guess what? That's true. That's what it takes to win. So how many of you guys think that duplicating these things in your organizations is smart? Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, awesome. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Let's not just say it's smart. Let's go ahead and do it. You want to show the leadership, because I'm going to give you an example on leadership. The leaders work with the people that deserve it, not the people that need it. I'm going to repeat that. Leadership tip. Leaders work with those that deserve, not those that need, because those that need because they don't plug in and deserve. There's people that say, JC, what are the first steps I should do? I just got licensed. Well, were you on the training? No, you know what? I wasn't. I had a hard day at work. I was hanging out watching CNN. Constant negative news. That's what CNN stands for, by the way. Constant negative news, right? By the way, the news is the only place where they'll say, good evening. Then they proceed to tell you why it's not so good. Okay. By the way, CNN, Fox, I don't care what you watch. It's constant negative news. It's all constant negative news. So leaders imagine you got a leader that's got 20 people that came in their organization and you got 7 of them that got licensed and already booked their exam. Those are the people that he's going to go and work with first. Or let's say you recruit me and I go, hey man, tell me about your policy. Oh, well, I haven't got one yet. You are messing it up for you and you're messing it up for me. I'm going to think, oh, it must be okay to not get your policy. Hey, how long did it take you to get take your exam? Oh, I haven't even took it yet, man. I introduced you to the business, but I'm going to take it soon. You will duplicate what you do and what you are in this business. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to pay attention to what I'm saying. I've only built teams of tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. I've been the master distributor of companies. I guarantee you, mark my words, it's being recorded. I'm going to clip this. Matter of fact, watch this. I'm going to even stop sharing for this one. By on or before December 31st, 2027, my organization will have at least 3,000 licensed agents minimum in 18 months. It's about 18 and a half months. By December 31st, 2027, I have a goal, right? And it's not a goal, it's a plan. It's going to happen. 3,000 licensed agents. I've said this over and over. I've done this for 20 plus years, man. It is like riding a bike. When you know how to build a team, you know how to recruit, how to duplicate and create the systems to duplicate. Ladies and gentlemen, that will come to pass. Everything is created 2 times. First in the mind, then in the physical. It is 3,000 people licensed. That means we're going to have probably 10,000 total. We'll have 3,000 licensed. Where are all those people going to come from, JC? That's none of my business. You know what is my business? To get up every morning and I'm going to put in 12 hours a day, the days that I work. And I'm going to be passionate about it. And I'm going to go bell to bell. And I'm going to go to sleep at night knowing I deserve the sleep of a laboring man is sweet. I deserve to go to sleep. And I'm going to put it out into the world. I'm going to put it out to the creator. And I'm going to help a lot of people. And we will get no less than 3,000 licensed agents on or before December 31st, 2027. I am so happy and grateful now that I've got 3,000 licensed agents in my organization minimum on or before December 31st, 2027. We will play this in a convention. As a matter of fact, I'm in the convention now. Hey, everybody, I told you I'd do it. We did it. You can too. See you at the top. Watch how that will come to pass. Because I believe bigger, faster. That will come to pass. All right. Now back to our regular schedule program. Next one. You want to accomplish a 4-4-4 in 30 days. What does that mean? 4 recruits. And don't make your minimums your maximums. 4 recruits, 4 policies, 4,000 in premium. Why do you want to do that even if you're not licensed? Here's why. Because when you're new, you start off at a 70% contract, which, by the way, is amazing. There's companies out there. I won't mention the name of a company, but there's one that rhymes with America. Okay? And they start their people off at 25 or 30% contracts, which is crazy. And they only sell one product, one company. We start you off at 70%. If you accomplish a 4-4-4 in 30 days, guess what? You get bumped up to 85%. And you're off to the races. Guess what? You could be your own first policy. So you got 4 policies. One of them is you and your wife. Congrats. There you go. Let's go get 2 more. Introduce people to the business. By the way, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Mr. Pedro Gonzalez is going to be doing a tremendous business presentation in the morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know that you could invite? Who do you know? If people ask me, JC, who should I invite to check out the business? Answer, who do you care about? Who do you love? That's who you should invite to take a look at the business. By the way, that is a mindset of a builder. You know that? The mindset of a builder is I don't care that they tell me no or reject me. What I care about is that I share the good news of this business with them. And the next one is plug into the system. We're not going to get into the details of the system here today, but we will be training on what the system is here. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, you want to be the leader and the team player that you want to attract and develop in your organization. You want to be that person And listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I'm going to manage your expectations. Most people are not going to be that leader. But I'm going to give you a truth bomb in team building. Your team will do 100% of what you do wrong. And at best, 50% of what you do right. So, miss a training. Guaranteed you're going to have a bunch of people miss a training. Don't get your policy. Most people are not going to get their policy. Take a long time to get your license. Most people are going to take a long time. You will duplicate what you are, not what you want. I'm trying to make it easy for you. That's why I'm off to the races, man. I'm off to the races. I think 10 days in the business, 50, 60 licensed agents in the business. Okay? We're on track. We're growing. Let's go. Exposure is everything. He or she who gets the most butts in seats, eyes on a presentation, will win in this business. Your job is to expose people to the opportunity, whether it's the business opportunity or the opportunity to become a customer and protect their families. The person, the man or woman that gets the most people in front of the information, whether on a live setting or on a Zoom, will win in the long run. It's always going to happen. It's a numbers game. My job is in 90 days, my goal that I will hit will be I will personally recruit 40 licensed agents personally in 90 days. Do I believe that all 40 are going to do something? No, some are never going to write a policy. Some are going to quit in a month. That's okay. That's the law of averages. But out of those 40, I expect 12 to 15 to do something. I expect 5 to 10 to really go and take it, and another 5 to 10 to do something here and there. And that's okay. And guess what? I don't stop recruiting. I'm always going to be putting people in the business. So let's talk about the recruiting mindset. Top recruiters aren't top recruiters by accident, ladies and gentlemen. They are sold out to the crusade. This is a crusade. What is a crusade, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to tell you a little bit of what I see as a crusade. Literally protecting families. There's two alternatives. One family, two alternatives. Alternative number one, the worst day of their life happens. One of the parents, let's say is a breadwinner, passes away. They have to sell their house, move into a small apartment, do a GoFundMe to raise the money, and that father's legacy was a GoFundMe, how people last remembered them. It's one alternative. The other alternative, wife gets $1 million, can't bring them back. They don't have to sell the house. They pay off the house, however. They're not inconvenienced. Their father's legacy isn't a GoFundMe. She's not rushed to find somebody out of necessity. She's not rushed to find a job out of necessity, to sell the house out of necessity. Right? They got a paid off mortgage. They got their kids' college or whatever the plans are for them taken care of. Why? Because somebody had the courage to speak to that family and protect that family. Or even more so, let's take it further. Somebody had the courage to speak to Alma, who Alma saw the vision in the business. And Alma spoke to Jose Juan, and he joined the business. And because of Jose Juan, Miguel joined the business. And then he spoke to Miguel, and Miguel joined the business. And Miguel told Dave, and Dave joined the business. And Dave assured that family member that was his neighbor. Because somebody had the courage to go and talk to people. That is the crusade I'm talking about. I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that when I invite my mom and my mom's friends to check out the business, I know that I'm bringing value to their life. Whether they join me or not, I did my part. Okay? See, top recruiters believe bigger, faster. They commit more, and they are more connected to the system. They hear it. You could hear it in their conversations. You could see it in their posture. You can feel it in their work ethic. There is zero doubt in a top recruiter. Okay? They know that you are blessed to be a part of their team. I know that people that we come on to our team, especially to the company, they're blessed. But if they join our team, they are double blessed. We didn't come here to take part. We came here to take over. People better enjoy the current rankings that they're standing in right now, because after that, everybody's going to be fighting for second place because our team will be number one. That's what I believe.
Let's
That's
go.
what I believe, beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Boom,
They know
boom.
that their opportunity changes lives, and this isn't luck, okay? This isn't talent. Top recruiters are the most committed people, period. They're the most committed people in the company, period. They made a decision. They planted their flag. They said, minimum 5 years, I'm going all out massive action. I'm going to have setbacks. I'm going to have people quit. I'm going to have all these things. Doesn't matter. Okay? Because here's the 4 mental enemies in team building that you are going to encounter. Number 1 is rejection. Write that down. Ladies and gentlemen, people are going to reject you. People are going to say no to the products and services. People are going to say no to the opportunity. Don't take it personal. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for myself. I know that the day of me winning exists sometime in the future. I just got to get there. You have to know that too. You got to say the day of me being a millionaire or whatever your goal is. Maybe it's 100,000 there. Maybe it's making $250,000, whatever that goal is for you. That day already exists in the timeline of the future. You just got to get to that date. It's a matter of time. So the rejection, that's irrelevant. Deception, people are going to lie to you. People are going to say, yes, I'm going to get the policy. Wait till I get paid. And they're not going to get it. People are going to say, yes, I'm going to join the business. They're not going to get it. Teammates are going to say, I'll be on training tonight. I know I need it. I'll be on training tonight. And they won't show. They'll join the witness protection program. Some people are going to quit, ghost you, and join the witness protection program. That's going to happen. That is the attrition. Okay? People will quit. And then apathy, lack of interest. People are going to give up on their goals. Sometimes you are going to care more about some people's goals than they do about themselves. See, why do I tell you that this is going to happen in team building? Because when it happens to you, I don't want that to catch you by surprise. You're going to say, I knew that this was going to happen. This is a part of the game. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they don't manage their own expectations. They think it's such a great business, and then when somebody quits or somebody rejects them or somebody lies to them, they get down on themselves, and that affects you when you're prospecting the next person. Write this down for your notes. From time to time, I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to say those exact words. Write this down for your notes. Winners have a great attitude no matter what. Winners have a great attitude no matter what. Winners, ladies and gentlemen, have a smile on their face whether they're up or down 10, and they fight till the end. Winners have a smile on their face whether they are up or down 10 points, and they fight till the end. Because guess what? I'm going to share something with you that I didn't plan on sharing with you. Listen, you've got your conscious mind and you've got your subconscious mind. You've got the conscious mind, and pretend like it's half of your brain. Okay, and that's not how it works, but I'm just giving you a visual. This side, let's say, is a conscious mind. This side is the subconscious mind. Ladies and gentlemen, the subconscious mind is infinitely more powerful than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is the one that doubts. Oh, I'm going to become a millionaire with this business, and you never made 200,000. So your conscious mind says, how's that possible? That doesn't make sense. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a truth and a lie. It'll believe whatever you tell it. Most people's self-talk is negative, and they start to believe. The subconscious mind works with universal law, ladies and gentlemen. There's man-made laws and universal laws. Man-made laws, you could break them. You could break the speed limit. That's a man-made law. The law of cause and effect, you can't affect. It's a universal law. If you study, and I did, some people may believe in what I'm saying. That's okay. Some people may not. That's okay. But I recommend that you do this because it doesn't hurt you. Feed your subconscious mind nothing but positive. Write down your goals. What is your income goal by the end of this year, by the end of next year? Write it down, read it out loud. Believe it, say it, get excited. Then here's what's going to happen. You're going to start to believe different than you did. Your attitude is going to be different. Don't hang around negative people. That's why you don't miss these events. You've got to get on these events. Now, how many of you guys wish that you had 10 teammates on this particular training already? How many of you guys think that you'd get some value if you had 10 teammates on this training? Okay, great. Most of you guys think that they get value. That's great. I think so too. Let's keep going. Okay, so here's what you got to do first. You got to first recruit yourself. Then you recruit your spouse, and you go recruit the world. When I say recruit your spouse, do I mean you literally recruit your spouse? Yes. However, sometimes you can't. So when I say recruit your spouse, it also means that your spouse sees it. Your spouse may say, I don't, it's not for me, but I support what you're doing. That's good enough. Now, if you could recruit your spouse into the business, recruit them into the business. Get them to see the big picture. Sometimes they may not get involved, but they'll support you. One of the hardest things is when somebody does not show their spouse in business and they're having a hard time. Why are you on a training? It's already late. You guys in the East Coast, it's already 9:41. You're still on training. They never saw the vision that you saw. So recruit yourself, recruit your spouse, then go recruit the world. Let's go. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. You got to become that guy or that girl. Ask yourself this question. Would you buy from you? Would you work with you? And would you follow you? As time passes, if the answer to this is yes, as time passes, you will attract people that you didn't used to attract in the past. But you've got to become that person. That means, are you reliable? Are you that person that's reliable? Are you that leader that is reliable? Would you honestly buy from you? We all know ourselves. We know if we are reliable or not. We know if we are serious about the business or not. We know these things. And let me tell you a secret. Your posture is different when you know that you are not, because I've been that person. That's why I say what I say. I know that my posture used to be different when I knew that I wouldn't really work with me. I'm not really that serious. I'm not really that professional. I'm not consistent. Why would people really want to work with me? Then it's called imposter syndrome. But I've got some good news for you, ladies and gentlemen. Change doesn't take time. Change takes a decision. You've got to decide. You could decide right now that the old you is no more. And that you make a commitment today to be a leader, to be a team builder, to be more serious about the business than you've ever been, because I promise you, you will be in this business, let's say 6 months. Somebody will come in brand new, or 6 months, or a year, or 2 years. So a brand new person is going to come in and just blow past everybody. And then I've been that guy where I'm like, man, I've been here 2-3 years, man. And this guy just came in, he just blew past everybody. Because I wasn't that guy. I wasn't that serious. Let's go. So here's a mentality, ladies and gentlemen. In team building, you got to stay in first gear. What is first gear? You're prospecting, you're presenting, you're recruiting, you're following up, you're training, you're plugging into the system, the trainings and the proper system. That is first gear, money-making activities. Here's where most people make a mistake, especially once they get a little bit of results. They get into second gear. Now, what are they doing? They're not prospecting consistently. They're not presenting. They're not recruiting. They're not managing their recruits. They're not like, hey, Jose, how many guests you got for tonight? Hey, Jose, how many policies did you write? Hey, Daisy, how many, policies did you write? How many people are you getting on training tonight? But you're not doing it anymore. Here's what happens. People will do what you do, not what you say. Then you promoted managers. See, you became a manager managing your recruits. Now you've promoted managers. Now you're supervising your managers. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the beginning of the death of your business. I'm going to give you a recommendation. Stay in first gear like the clutch is broken. Anybody that drives a stick, you know what that means. You can't even go to second gear because the clutch is broke. You can't go to second gear. One of my keys to success, ladies and gentlemen, is that I am always recruiting. I am always messaging people. So I make a post on Facebook. Somebody likes my video. Oh, I haven't seen this guy in a while. Guess what I'm doing? I'm in their inbox. Hey, Jabari, how's it going, brother? Long time no talk. How you been? My goal is to get on a phone call with him to find out what he's about and see if he's open to having some a business conversation, open to seeing a video presentation, open to getting on a live webinar. I am always prospecting. I will pay for ads. I will run ads. I will do what I got to do to always be in front of people, prospecting people. Let's go. There's 3 rules to building, okay? That should say building, 3 rules to building. First rule, exposure is everything. You want to learn how to team build? There's 3 rules to building. Number 1 is exposure is everything. You've got to be constantly prospecting and exposing people to the business. Number 2, the fortune is in the immediate and the proper follow-up. Ed has been one of my best recruits. We've worked in 3 businesses together now. Ask him how much I follow. How much did I follow up on you, Ed, to get you here to Experior?
Let's put it this way. It blew me away that you actually got me to meet with the CEO, right? And with Pedro, because I said to you, bro, no, not, Jay, no, I wish you the best. Not, I'm good. And you know what he said? He didn't hear no. You know what he said? Ed, I understand. No problem. Just take a meeting. Just do it for me. Just take the meeting. In the future, you never know. I use that line on people. He used that on me, and it works. You follow? Sometimes you forget the lines that we've been taught, right? He overcame the objection. And guess what he did, right? He just said, hey, just take the meeting. You never know in the future what happens. So I told Julio, I said, yeah, it's true. Let me take the meeting. You never know what happens. And we're here. And I got to say thank you, brother, because thank God I didn't go down that road.
Absolutely, my friend.
You
You're
know what I'm
welcome.
talking about, right? Could have been a very
Yeah, I
different
know.
outcome. Yeah, thank you.
I know
Let's tell that story
exactly.
one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what's interesting, ladies and gentlemen, is the following. Here's one thing that's very, really interesting about that. What's interesting about that is that sometimes I prospect people and they say, look, bro, I'm just not interested. And especially when it's people that were maybe looking at another company, basically sold out to another company. Matter of fact, the same thing happened with Ed as Maritza. I introduced Maritza that they were both already committed to other companies. And I said, it's okay, just take the meeting. Find out what you're saying no to. Before you say no, look at 100% of the information so you can find out what you're saying no to. If nothing else, you're going to learn a lot. If
Jay,
nothing
Jay,
else,
Jay, sorry. Everyone should write that down. This is worth the price of admission. Could you repeat what you just said? That at least you know what you're saying no to.
yes. I said, listen, I know that your answer is no, and that's perfectly fine. But look at 100% of the information. That way you know what you're saying no to. And if nothing else, you're going to learn a lot, bro. If nothing, they were going to another insurance company. I said, if nothing else, you're going to learn about the competitor company and it'll help you easier recruit people from that company. But take a look at 100% of the information because here's what I know. If they look at 100% of the information, they're toast. They're cooked like a steak. It's already, boom, stick a fork in him. He's done, right? So exposure is everything. The fortune is in the immediate and proper follow up. And guess what? You're going to learn about proper follow up the more you expose people. What's the best way to go learn to ride a bike? Go ride a bike. The best way to learn to follow up, it's not like you're following up 5 times a day. No, you don't want to seem desperate either. That's unprofessional. But you're going to have to first be bad before you can be good. And then finally, you work with the willing. Not everybody's willing. A lot of people are going to come in excited. By the way, I'm going to tell you this. Most people are going to come in excited, and most people are going to be all talk. It's important that I tell you that because sometimes you're going to get too excited about somebody that's all talk, then you're going to be disappointed. That's why you should always be exposing people to the business. You got a long list of people to work with. You got a long list of prospects. Invest back into your business so you get some more recruits and some more sales. And then, so you work with the willing because not everybody is really willing to put in the work. Okay. And then one of my favorite quotes by Vince Lombardi is winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. I want you to really write that down. Winning is a habit, but so is losing. I know people that they just lose and they lose and they lose. And guess what? I've known people that I've seen them go through 3, 4, 5 companies and they lost, not one win. And you know what? Well, there's a bunch of consistencies there. The consistency is they got the shiny object syndrome. The consistency is that they're temporarily motivated. The consistency is that they think, oh, if I had a different sponsor, a better sponsor, I would be successful. Or the consistency is, you know what, I found a company with a better compensation plan that pays a little bit more than this one. Or the consistency is, oh, it's because something got in the way, and my kids, they're going to college and stuff. And listen, last time it wasn't your kids going to college, but the last time it was that you were getting a new job. And the time before that, it was that you were moving to a new home. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to make a decision. You got to draw a line in the ground and say, hey, listen, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being that person that doesn't deserve it. What does it take to win? Let me go and apply what it takes to win because I've been doing a heck of a good job of what it takes to lose. Let me go do the opposite. Okay. So here's the deal when recruiting, this is one of the things that I did and I do over and over. I did with Ed and Julio, and I did it with Maritza and her husband, and I did it with some of you guys. I piqued the interest. We're going to get into a couple little scripts here. I'm not going to go into scripts a lot. We'll do another trend where we get into scripts more. But PS3, now the PS5 is out, but this is the PS3, okay? So the PS3, peak interest, show the plan, three-way call. I peak Ed's interest. I peak Pedro's interest. I peak Chris's interest, Jabari's interest. Okay? They say, sure, I'll take a look at the information. Let's say they take a look at a video. If they're not ready to get started and they've got questions and I'm new, I'm going to do a three-way call with somebody in my leadership. Let's say I say, hey, that's a great question. Let me get you on the phone with my sponsor, Pedro. And I edify the heck out of Pedro. I do a three-way call with Pedro. Pedro does a three-way call. He's the expert. He answers my prospects' questions. See, I don't have to be that great. The key about recruiting is this. Write this down for your notes. You got to let the tools do the heavy lifting for you. You got to let the tools do the heavy lifting for you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you this. Watch this. Oh, I can't stop sharing. Well, on last Wednesday, we did a business overview. I did my launch event. I had 20 people. Some of you guys were on that launch last Wednesday. Pedro came on, did a presentation. A bunch of you guys signed up. If you guys go on my YouTube channel and you see that video, as of today, it had 108 views in a week. 108 views. Some people organically saw it on YouTube, but you know why? I sent that video to about 20 people since. As a matter of fact, if any of you saw that video and signed up because of that video, put it in the chat. I would not be surprised if we've got people on this very room right now that signed up because of that video. Guess what? Let the tools do the heavy lifting for you. I've recruited thousands of people with pre-recorded videos, a pre-recorded presentation, right? So I pique the interest. I show them the plan. How do I show them the plan? Through a live presentation, an in-person presentation, a Zoom presentation, or a recorded presentation, right? And then if a three-way call is needed, I do a three-way call. Okay, here's a couple simple invites, generic invites. Pedro's doing a business overview Saturday morning. I'm in California, so it's my morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's say I call Ed. I say, and it depends, by the way, this first invite depends on my relationship with Ed, who I am to Ed, who Ed is to me, and the type of person that Ed is, right? But let's say, for example, it was Ed, right? And Ed and I are not working together, but I know him the way that I know him. I say, hey, Ed, let me ask you something, brother. What are you doing on Saturday morning that's more important than learning how to make $1 million per month? Serious question. That's going to pique Ed's interest. Yep. He's made a lot of money, but $1 million per month, JC, what the heck do you got going on that you think that particular business has a potential to make $1 million a month? Now, am I telling you to tell your prospects $1 million a month? No. That depends. You're not going to talk to your buddy that works wherever, a 19-year-old that works at a shoe store, $1 million a month. That wouldn't make sense. Once again, it depends who you're talking to. Or let's say, for example, it was my buddy Johnny. Hey, Johnny, let me ask you something, brother. What are you doing Saturday morning that's more important than you learning how to make an extra $50,000 per year on a part-time basis? See the difference? That's not an exaggerated number. Johnny works for UPS. I asked Johnny, what are you doing on Saturday morning that's more important than learning how to make an extra $50,000 per year on a part-time basis? What do you got going on Saturday morning that's more important than that? Now, once again, this is a little bit aggressive. This is a little direct. It depends on who I am and who my prospect is to me. But I'll just give you an example. My job is to pique interest. Show them the plan. How am I showing them the plan? Inviting them to the Saturday morning presentation. Or how about this one? Hey, Sarah, if 20 years ago you knew what you currently know now about Uber or Amazon or Tesla, pick the company. Pick the disruptive company. If 20 years ago you knew what you know now about Uber and you had the opportunity to have invest or got involved somehow, would you have done it? Knowing what you know now about Tesla 20 years ago, and you had the opportunity, knowing what you know now, to get involved or to invest somehow, would you have done it? That's a rhetorical question. If she's sharp, the answer is going to be hell yeah. If I knew then what I know now about Tesla or Amazon or Uber or whatever, fill in the blank. If I knew then what I know now, would I have gotten involved or invested? Heck yeah, I would. Why? What's up? Okay. Awesome. I've got something bigger than Amazon. Uber, whatever that company is. I got something bigger. You need to take 15 minutes to take a look at something. I'm going to give you another one just off the top of the mind. Hey, Chris, I got an idea I want to run by you. I need 15 minutes of your time. When can we jump on a Zoom for 15 minutes? I got an idea I want to run by you. When can I take 15 minutes of your time? See, I got an idea I want to run by you. It doesn't sound like I'm going to pitch it. Sounds like I got an idea I got to run by you. Does that make sense? Now, you need to find what works for you. Not every style is for everybody, and that's okay. Not every style is supposed to be for everybody. But your job in team building is to get good at finding prospects and piquing prospects' interest and showing them the business. Sometimes I talk to network marketers and I say, hey, let me ask you something, brother. How long have you been with your company? He says, I've been with my company 5 years. Very nice. Let me ask you something, bro. Are you open to other opportunities or are you married to the company you're with? I'm just very direct. See, and here's the deal. They appreciate that I'm not trying to be sneaky about it. They appreciate that I'm not trying to confuse them. They appreciate that I'm being direct. Hey, let me ask you something. This is not a left field. Or I might say something like off the record, bro. Chris, I know you've been with that company for 5 years. Off the record, bro. Are you married to the company you're with? Or are you open to other opportunities at all? It also depends on posture that I have when I talk to him, doesn't it? If the posture that I have when I talk to him is confident, not write this down, nonchalant. Nonchalant. Get good at being nonchalant about when you speak to people. It's not a big deal. I'm having a conversation. I'm a businessman speaking to another businessman or woman about business. And I'm not beating around the bush. I'm being very direct. You will be surprised how many people say to you, yeah, no, I'm open. I mean, here's what I hear a lot. I'm always open. I'm always open to looking at something. Hey, that's fair enough. Let me show you. Does that make sense? Sometimes they say, JC, no, man, I'm pretty, because I put it like that. It's the way that I put it. I say, hey, let me ask you something, brother. Are you married to the company you're with, or are you at all open to looking at other opportunities, or the other way around? Hey, let me ask you something, brother. I know you've been with the company for a long time. Are you ever open to looking at other opportunities, or are you pretty married to the company you're with? This is all. No, you know what? Very often they don't want to say I'm married to the company I'm with, right? But even if they do, yeah, I'm pretty confident. I'm not open at all. Hey, fair enough. Thought I'd ask. You know what I mean? If anything ever changes, certainly let me know, man. If you know of anybody that's ever looking for something, I'm very excited about what we've got going on. And if you know of anybody, keep me in mind. Worst case scenario, they're going to tell you no. Big deal. You move on. Okay, let's keep going. If I could show you a way to put an extra $2,000 to $4,000 in your pocket part-time, would that be worth 30 minutes of your time? This is a very direct approach. I got my friend Hamber. I used this on him like a week ago. Hey, Hamber, let me ask you something, bro. If I could show you a way to put an extra $2,000 to $4,000 per month in your pocket part-time, would that be worth it? Would you give me 30 minutes of your time to show you something? He says, sure, bro. What do you got? Right? And if he says no, guess what? It's no big deal. Okay. You're not open to it. That's okay. Okay. And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, if I could, would you? This one is generic. Fill in the blank. If I could show you, fill in the blank, how to get out of debt next year, would you be open to looking at some information? Or if I could, hey, John, if I could show you a way to retire your wife in the next 12 months, would you be open to look at some information? What if he hates his job and his boss? Hey, Jabari, let me ask something, bro. If I could show you a way how you could fire your boss in the next 6 to 12 months, bro, would you be open to looking at some information? You want to send your kids to private school. Hey, bro, let me ask you something. If I could show you a way how you could afford private school and send your kids to private school next school year, would you be open to looking at some information? Big deal. I just get them either to watch a recorded presentation or a live presentation, preferably, and then have them make a decision. Right? Well, what's it about? Listen, I could show you better than I can tell you. What's it about? I could show you better than I could tell you, bro. Hey, JC, what's it about? Look, honestly, man, I would be doing the information a disservice Now, I don't mind saying what it's about briefly. Look, I don't want to do a disservice to the information, but I will say this. It's in the financial services industry. There's a lot of people making a lot of money, but trust me, it takes 30 minutes every time. I assure you it won't be a waste of time, bro. That's it. If he says to me, well, oh, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm interested in that. Hey, listen, no problem. Why don't you do this? Take a look at the information so you know what you're saying no to. So you know 100% of what it is. And trust me, I assure you, I'm not going to feel bad if you see the information and it's not for you. It's no big deal. But I recommend that you see what I saw. Because if you would have told me financial services, Jabari, I would have said no. Luckily, nobody told me financial services. I looked at the information and it blew me away, bro. It blew me away how easy it is and how much money there is. I see some young guys making some ridiculous amount of money. It's embarrassing. And I want you to just see the information. And if it's not for you, no big deal. But I would highly recommend, bro, give me 30 minutes of your time. Let me introduce you to this guy, Pedro. Let me introduce you to the gentleman that I'm working with. Edify somebody else. Let me introduce you to the gentleman that I'm working with. His name is Ed. Edify that person. Okay? But your job is to get eyeballs on the information. And write this down. I've got to be relentless. Some of you, your problem is that you don't see yourself as relentless, or maybe somewhere deep down in your subconscious mind, you think that being relentless is bad. Let me tell you something, man. The most successful people in the world are relentless. The people that change the world are relentless. There is nothing doggone wrong with being relentless. If you're a Christian person, Jesus was relentless. Okay? You should be relentless. Because you are saying, what if you get John that says, you know what, I don't know if the financial services is for me, and you are relentless and you get John to go and he doesn't sign up to the business, but he says, I want to protect my family. You protect this family. A year later, John has a stroke and he gets a $250,000 check from his living benefits. So guess what? His family doesn't suffer. He makes a full recovery, but guess what? They didn't have to sell the house during those 6 months that he couldn't work because you were relentless. See, there's a big difference, ladies and gentlemen, when we are selling lotions and potions and creams. We are selling life. We are in the money business. And some of you guys, if you pay attention and you focus on this business, in a year or two from now, you are going to write some checks that'll make the bank bounce. If you focus and you decide that you want to build this business. Okay? And we're going to wrap it up with this. This is 3 ways that I approach people. 10 people you look up to. You are the 5. Your 5s are your peers. The 10s are people you look up to. 1s are people that look up to you. The 5s are the scripts that we use already. Okay? The 10s, 3 key words you use with the 10s: help, favor, and opinion. Hey, Ed, let me ask you something, brother. I know that you made a ton of money in the financial services industry. I use this today with 2 insurance guys. I know that you've been in the financial services industry for a lot longer than I have, and I really respect your opinion. I respect your success. I was wondering if you could do me a favor, bro. I took a look at a company that I'm super excited about. I want to see if you can help me out. Let me know if I'm making any mistakes. Let me know if there's something I don't see, because it looks good to me, but I know nothing gets by you. Could you do me that favor?
Did you remember you used that on me a few months ago?
I
You
did.
also used that.
I did.
Yeah. That was the opener, and then the follow-up was the follow-up. Correct.
Yep. And it worked.
It did work.
Right? Help, favor, and opinion. You want to stroke their ego. Like, sure, kid, I want to help you. And then the ones are easy, ladies and gentlemen. The ones, they look up to you, you tell them what to do. If they look up to you, they're going to see the information. But here's the deal. Don't rely on the ones only. Get uncomfortable. Success exists outside of the comfort zone. If you get ones and they go and get ones and they go and get ones, eventually you got a homeless guy walking into a meeting of yours, right? I'm not saying not to recruit the ones, but don't just recruit the ones. You got to recruit up. Go recruit people like Ed. Go recruit people like Pedro. Go recruit people like my buddy Jabari, right? These are all people that made a ton of money. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, is it one day or day one? Don't be the one day person where one day I'm gonna get my act together. One day I'm going to, I'm gonna make it happen. One day. No, don't do that. I can't even turn on my camera. For some reason, my mouse is not working. It's weird.
Too much fire. That's what's going on.
Probably, man. So, but listen, I appreciate it. That's the end of today's training. I can't even stop sharing the screen, so I'm gonna just leave it right there. So okay, I could do that. It's weird. The Zoom stuff I can't click, so that's fine. So, anyways, I hope you guys got some value from today's training, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do something here very, very special, and I am there. It is perfect. So I'm very excited to be a part of this organization, and we're going to have this training every single Thursday. It's going to be team building, mindset, personal development on Thursdays. It's going to be about building people. Tuesdays is going to be a product training. Okay, this is for especially new people, so you guys see the sense of gain, right? And then of course, once you get licensed, that opens up the university. That opens up the license only training. So there's a lot of trainings, but I want to put this together because while you guys are getting licensed, I want to make sure that you're learning how to build the business. I want to make sure that you're learning the products and services, right? I want to make sure that you are advancing, right? While you are getting licensed. That's what these are for. Now, for our team, I want to share a promotion that we've got. So, and then after this, I'm going to pass it to Pedro to see if there's anything that you want to add. But we are doing a promotion because this is the first official training that we are doing. So I'm going to do a promotion for you. So anybody in our organization, this applies to you. So here's what we're doing. Anybody that gets licensed in the next 30 days, so today's the 14th, so you got till the 14th of next month of June. Let's go to the 15th of June because the 14th is over. So we're going to go 15th of June. If we can make a note of that, Pedro and Ed, let's go to the 15th of June. Licensed by the 15th of June. You win. The next one is this. 2 policies written. Your policy counts as 1 plus another policy. If you do that, you qualify as well. The last one is this. 4 recruits. 4 recruits. Ladies and gentlemen, the recruits is free to recruit somebody. They pay $20. A new person pays $20 in 30 days. Okay? 4 recruits into the business. So there's 3 ways to win. And guess what you get? You get a weekend in Vegas for 2 nights and 3 days at a hotel on the Strip. It could be the Mandalay Bay. It could be the Bally's. It could be the MGM Park. It's a hotel on the Strip. It's not going to be the Bellagio. It's not going to be the Aria. It's a service that I've used for years that I love. But it's a free trip to Vegas for 2 nights and 3 days on us if you just get licensed in the next 30 days. Or if you get 2 policies, your policy counts as one of those policies. You want to sell you and your wife counts. You got 30 days to do that, or 4 recruits. Anybody that does any of those 3, you get that trip to Vegas because what we want to do is we want to build that momentum. And here's the deal. You don't want to do it really because of the trip to Vegas. I'll tell you why you want to do it. You want to do it because you want to be able to duplicate what you do. The starting your business is what you will duplicate in your organization moving forward. Every new person that you bring in or your team brings in, you will forever be able to say, here's what I did in my first 30 days. What I recommend you should go for the 4-4-4. 4 policies, 4 recruits, 4,000 in premium. Imagine if just 10%, 20% of your organization duplicates a 4-4-4 in their first 30 days. They get a promotion from 70 to 85% out the gate. Money is being produced faster. When you become a field trainer, you are field training a lot more sales. Ladies and gentlemen, field trainers make a lot of money, especially field trainers that know how to team build. Wait till you see the exciting things that we've got in store for our team, for the team building side. There's some exciting things on the team building side that we're going to roll out that we couldn't talk about today. Number 1, there's not enough time. Number 2, those things are not ready yet, but they're getting close to being ready. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to pass it on to Pedro so he can close it off, and we're going to wrap up for the night.
Man, that was some fire,
Good job.
fire. Guys, give it up for
Fire.
JC. Man, let me tell you something. I just looked at the numbers as he was talking. He's number 3 in the company in teams right now within his first week. Guys, like if you guys are not taking notes and really taking like this is bananas. When he came in, I knew he was great, but I didn't know how great he was. Let me tell you something. Like this guy, like everybody's the owner of the company messaged me already. He's like, dude, are you serious? Like I'm watching his videos. He's like hyped up. Guys, if you guys are not taking this serious, you're gonna miss the boat. Let me tell you guys, like if you guys are not taking this serious, what we're about to do right now, explode. Let me tell you, like they say, Monty said, your great grandchildren are gonna be kicking you, are gonna be suing you because it's like, damn, like what the heck did you do? Like you were part of that and you didn't join? I'm telling you guys. Listen, just real quick. Ed and JC, is it tomorrow 8 a.m. Pacific? I just want to confirm, or 9 a.m. Pacific?
You
Tomorrow,
mean
you said?
you mean Saturday, right?
Saturday?
Sorry, my Saturday business.
9 a.m. Pacific, Saturday.
9 a.m. Pacific. Okay, 9 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, guys. We're gonna do a business presentation and invite everybody. I mean everybody. And this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a lot of fire all the time. So thank you so much, JC. I look forward to. Hey, by the way, this video you recorded it. You're gonna post it on your YouTube channel. Where are you gonna post it?
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna post it on the YouTube channel. I'll put it in the
Awesome. Looking forward to it, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Listen, this is your future. Make it happen. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Thank you, JC, again. Ed, appreciate you. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's have a great day and let's have a great year and a great life, guys. Let's make it happen.
Have a good night, everybody.
Progress. Progress.
Hey, Pedro, close it out because I can't even close it out, bro.
Okay, let me see if I could. It doesn't allow me.
Yeah. For some reason, I can't click on the Zoom bar.
It's weird. I know it happened to me this week too. Let me see
Say
if I
it
can.
again, Gabby.
It happened to me this week too. Replace. I'm gonna replace it, see if it allows me. And then I'll go back and stop share. Does it show you now?
Well, the reason why somebody that's the reason why somebody will do the four is because some people, you start at 70%, right? If you do the floor, you're not going to get paid on those policies. Those are trading sales, but you get promoted.